Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, top of the morning. It's your boy with Mad Money with the OG. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get at y'all about this defense. You know what I'm saying? Tone Sutter setting the tone and, getting stronger week by week. You know, a lot of people are pressed, about not having the sack numbers, but the pressure is still achieving the same, getting quarterbacks off their spot, making errant throws, not having the time to go through their own progressions, as we saw yesterday, as we've seen all 5 games. This defense is getting more and more into the scheme, and more into Nielsen's intricacies, of what he likes to do and how he likes to do it. Um, we have, I think we have a 34, 35 or 36% third down percentage on defense, which gets us in the top 15, top 10, I believe. Um, and which is something should be talked about. But we all know, what everybody's talking about. And I'm gonna talk to you about this defense. You know, the next man up status, Landon has stepped in, for Troy, and he's done a marvelous job. You know, Omenyata and Grady are doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? It's things are starting to accumulate as to how this pressure is rolling. The stunts. Especially in the run game. Most notably, they're laying the wood. There's a lot of hitting being done by this defense. You know, people, you know, want to misnomely give credit, but at the same time not giving credit. When you're defense, yes, the defense is keeping us in games. Yes, they are, and most notably that's their job. They get off the field on third downs and, get the offense back the ball. The opportunities, to move the chains, eat clock, take possessions away, from the opposing team. How much, what else you want them to do? You also funny, worried about numbers, and I remember a lot of this fan base saying that, the numbers, the stats ain't important. What up, Bubblegum? And which I seem to think otherwise. We know that is otherwise, but people say that, when said stats don't fit their narrative. It's a lot of that. Right? We end up having to say a lot of that. You know, Numbers aren't important until they fit a narrative that you're trying to sprue. You know, as we most recently found out. Um, the back end of the defense are getting it glued together. You know what I'm saying? There weren't really any glaring busted coverages, multiple anyway. It was one, but and that led to the only touchdown given up yesterday. Now, with that being said, um, you had this defense for the majority of the game hold Houston to 4 field goals. 4 field goals. What up, Ghost Peppers? You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it's not too much ink being thrown around about this defense and what they're doing. Um, we've had the most points that's been scored on us was week 2, 24. Okay. Um, we gave up 10 to Carolina, 24 to Green Bay. I think 20 to Detroit, 23 to Jacksonville. We're hovering right around 18, 19 points a game giving up. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? This defense is pouring it out. They're putting it out. You know what I'm saying? They may not be given the sack numbers that everybody seems to be clamoring for. You know what I'm saying? But the pressure that we're getting, we're moving the line of scrimmage into the backfield on most occasions. Um, those things matter. Those things have effect, as seen yesterday, as seen a couple of times this year. It's in every game. Now, let's say those almost, you know what I'm saying, sacks become actual sacks on top of all this, what's going on, them getting off the field on third down the way they are, and creating the turnovers that come. Um, it's going to be difficult for a lot of people. It's going to be difficult. People are, complaining about slow starts and things of that nature. Though that's not really an issue when your defense is getting off the field, when your defense is giving you taking the ball away, when your defense it shows up in the when you need a stop. They're getting that. So why complain about what you don't seem to think about what you seem to think that is important instead of watching exactly what's going on? You know what I'm saying? What up, Alberto? Let me see. He said, you think that schemes about no pressure to the quarterback? That's why the defense is strong. I think I think the scheme is to get to the quarterback. Is just, we're getting the pressure. We're not and then not and we're almost getting home. But the pressure itself is what's causing opposing teams problem. It's that timely pressure. You know what I mean? It's that timely pressure when they're these third and ones and third and twos and or especially on these third and longs, pass defense, pressure on, making quarterbacks throw the ball out of bounds or throw air it or just throw it just so you won't take the sack. That's what most of these quarterbacks that we've gone up against be doing, throwing it away or throwing it, you're just throwing it down not to take the sack, or and occasionally throwing a pick. you know um I mean, me personally, I'm thoroughly impressed. I am thoroughly happy with what the defense is doing. As who was that said that? Ghost Pepper said humming. Yes, I'm thoroughly happy with what the defense is doing and what they're evolving into. You know what I'm saying? That said it to start. Back in preseason, tone setter gonna set the tone, which is the defense, and the defense has done that. They have set the tone for the year. Because I guarantee you, coming into these games, these offensive coordinators are trying to figure out what to do with Ominyata and Grady. They're trying to figure out what to do with Lorenzo and Caden, you know what I'm saying, and Jesse. They're trying to figure out what to do and how to do it. And it's becoming this Atlanta Falcons defense, this Dirty Bird defense is starting to become a problem. I saw somebody posted a tweet, talking about if the Falcons make the playoffs, will we be able to beat the Eagles, the 49ers? I think and there's another team that they name. I, I don't think it's gonna matter who it is. Because when our defense evolve, what I'm saying, into what they're evolving into, the question is going to be to those teams: your offense going to be able to do what they want to do against this defense? That's going to end up being the question. You know, yeah, I think at the bubblegum, I truly, what I'm saying, I see, I feel that and think that too. Yeah. See, this is what happened when give a team bulletin board material. Sometimes you just should just have the respect for said team and 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 not give them bulletin board material. You know what I'm saying? You don't yeah, a lot of people know we're gonna run the ball. A lot of people know we're gonna come to the game, run the ball, and play good defense. But when put it out there and talking about, well, they got receivers, they're not throwing to them, and this pretty much is going to be, a said easy game. And that's not smart because Mr. Ward, you got your lunch handed to you yesterday. And a lot of these teams that's coming up, y'all need to pay. You don't give a already hungry team that's trying to put, especially a hungry defense, no ammunition. You don't do that. You don't make a already angry Grady Jarrett more angrier. Already hungry Jesse Bates that much more hungrier. You know what I mean? Because that pressure that you put on your team, yeah, they probably didn't, man, just don't say nothing else in the meeting for the rest of you. Cause you know, to be drilled into to the tune of 329 yards, okay, and what was it? Uh, uh, 28 of 37, 28 for 37 with a QBR of 111.1. That says you shouldn't do too much talking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but hey, you live, you learn. You know, yeah, Mr. Knight. Yes, yes, yeah. That's it. They don't want to talk about Dez this morning. They and I'm just for this particular moment because later on, what I'm saying, in the day, what I'm saying, with my OG partner, on nothing but the truth, we gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? And Wednesday, oh, the tea gonna be full of it. We can Wednesday, the tea gonna be full of it. So I mean, we gonna have plenty of time and chances to talk about Dez. I'm trying to shed some light on this defense that nobody want to talk about. You know, it's it's a mild understatement when you say that, and like almost in an honorable mention type of way. Well, the defense has been good. But no, they've been better than advertised. We got Jesse's tied for the league in interceptions. Um, we're getting pressures. We're getting good sums of pressures. We're getting timely stops. We're getting off the field on third down. And it is something to be talked about. And Ghost Peppers said he finds it funny that the ones who been throwing dirt on Ritter's name has put on an amazing Houdini act. These cats ain't Falcon fans. They only show up when the chips are down. That is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. They only want to come out and shine and talk, when things go to the left, so to speak. They only want to come out and shine and talk when there's a mistake. There's, and it all be with no context. With no context. With no context. Y'all call this man name day in, day out, week in and week out, and don't mention, the actual total truth of the matter. Like I said yesterday, like I said earlier this morning, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you if the O line does his job, watch what happens. When your receivers and tight ends attack the routes and run the routes that they're schemed to run and run them correctly, uh, and attack the ball when thrown to them, you know, watch what happens. When you run the ball effectively, change the speed, change the tempo, you know what I'm saying? Good things like first down after first down after first down happen. Good things like, 12, 11 to 12 consecutive completed passes happens, you know, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to have all eyes open, which is not necessarily the case for the majority of this fan base. You have to have all eyes open, you know, especially when you consider yourself to be a content creator, uh, uh, uh you know, or observant person that wants to give observations on the team. If you're gonna do that, tell it all. Just don't tell what makes your narrative seems good, or what fits your narrative. Talk about it all, okay? Because I've never once not said that. Okay, uh, our quarterback, you know what I'm saying, when he didn't play well, I didn't say he did play well. I said that, yeah, things went wrong. There were three turnovers, but yet and still there were flashes of him getting it together. See, there's nothing wrong with being critical of any person, any player on the team or the team itself, but be truthful in your critique, which means include all things relatable to the context of what you're choosing to talk about. And a lot of people don't do that. Someone commented to me on my post on Facebook, talking about how they that when players aren't playing well, that you have to be critical of them. Why is that? Why do you have to? Okay, and then when you do, you're not factual with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how is that? Why is that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you you want to be heard. You want to be taken seriously, but you know what I'm saying? When you open your mouth and nothing but irrelevant rhetoric comes out, false innuendo, and you know no context. Ghost Peppers. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Stormy Norton, who came in? Hey, that young man, that young next man up, do your job. He did his job. I mean, um, hey, plug and play, and he played well. He played well. It may have been something found there. You know what I'm saying? It may be something found there because that dude, he was moving some furniture. You know what I'm saying? He was over there moving some furniture when McGarry got hurt. And that boy came in and I'm talking about with some aggression, with some purpose, with some conviction. And because I took the time when I went back and relooked at the game. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the first things that I noticed. Hey, when that happened, and he came in, the offensive line tightened up even more. I mean, hey, the offensive line did not give up any sacks yesterday. You know, um, but the defense may not have gotten any sacks, but that pressure got errant throws. Um, third and longs. You know what I mean? So we're gonna be from a defensive perspective, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Well, honestly, I think we're gonna be better than fine because what I'm seeing and what from this Ryan Nelson led defense is that this unit is starting to mutate into something kind of vicious. Because I was in there yesterday and sitting down, close to field level behind, what I'm saying, behind the end zone, and it had a real good eye opening look. These boys were chopping the wood, they were laying the wood. You know what I'm saying? The one-on-one tackling was very well. Let me change that. Not one-on-one. The open field tackling was very good. They would make a catch, but they were lucky to get a yard after the catch or two. You know, and that we there was a lot of third and eights and third and 12s and third and tens and third and sevens, of that nature, and we was shedding it. We were shedding it. Yeah. I said that earlier, Bubba. You know what I'm saying? That Landon kid, yes, 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 yes. He's hey, you don't hear his number or name called for flags. You don't hear his name, being called for missing assignments. None of that. The boy's playing some damn good ball. Again, same as I said about Norton. Next man up, plug and play, and he's been playing it for the last 3 weeks. If you pull up the film on him, you see that. You see that. You know, um, shit, I mean, it's not hard to see. You know, what's good, Dreddy? Well, that remains to be seen. I said that a couple of weeks ago. Well, about a week and a half ago, when Terry made this move, what I'm saying, to add $7 million to what we already had in 11 million in that cap, and like I said, I think I said it last week that if something does go down, it's either going to be him or Chase Young. It's either going to be him or Chase Young, or he might bring some way out of left field, and maybe a center. Maybe given the state of affairs at our position, up and down, up and down, up and down. Um, our front office and coaching staff has been good with adjustments and plugging whatever we need to plug into to fill a hole or fill a spot, or fill a scheme piece. You know what I'm saying? So I think that right there, yeah, I think it may be with now with things going the way they're going in Minnesota. Um, we gonna know something definitely in the next week or two. You know, we're definitely gonna know because things are not going good in Minnesota right now. So they might in turn start having a fire sale. I mean, it's already news of it, saying the locker room is in disarray, saying you have a few guys with some contract issues and Hunter is one of them. You know what I'm saying? Hunter is one of them. So that right now from my outlook on it, looking at it from cheap seats, I would place good money on us getting Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Um, because it's the way, like I said, the way things are going in Minnesota. Hey, another loss or two, and you're pretty much stuck under the 18 wheeler trucks getting ran over. Trying to trying to get a playoff position. You know, um, but hey, that's what I wanted to get at y'all this week on, Mad Monday with the OG. Like I said, you got the OG Truth coming up. Oh, nothing but the truth at noon. Um, and tomorrow night at 7, please tune in to the Realistic OGs, where we'll talk much more about, this mindset of the fan base of, not loving our quarterback and not being behind our quarterback with this, fantasy football, Madden, microwave mindset mentality. Um, then on Wednesday, I am definitely going to delve into what a lot of it seems like what y'all want to talk about with this offense. And I'm gonna just tune in, baby. You know what I'm saying? Tune in. I'm gonna be right here with you. You know what I'm saying? OG TV, Mad Mike Sports. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna be broadcasting it at 1. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you like the conversation, you like the content, hit like. You know what I'm saying? You love the content, you love the conversation. Go to OGTV, man, and hit subscribe on that thing. You know what I'm saying? And help a boy out. Show your boy some love, and I'll show it back right back with this, good content and entertainment. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Uh, Yep, but man, you're right. He does. He does have something, in the works. We're gonna find out what that is probably in the next 9 days. And with that, people, you know what I'm saying? Keep it Falcon love. Keep it dirty. Love these dirty birds. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy, OG Big Sam. I see you in 6 days, in 23 hours, back again with the Mad Monday with the OG. I hope y'all like, this concept that I'm bringing to you on these Mondays. You know what I'm saying? And with the info, with the content, trying to keep it real direct and, and talk about it all. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all keep it good. Stay blessed.